Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync MOJO Dialer to OneSuite. So all those contacts you're dialing through in MOJO, whenever you qualify any of those prospects, you can just add them to a group in MOJO and it'll automatically sync it into your OneSuite CRM so you can follow up with them there. It's a sweet setup. Let me show you how to put it together. The first thing you have to do is go to MOJO, sign on in. You're going to go to Data and Dialer. And it's going to show you your calling lists, your groups, and all that. I'm going to create a group specifically called OneSuite. And now that I have this OneSuite group, I'm going to set up a sync that looks at that group, monitors it, and anytime I add a contact to that group, sends it into OneSuite. So to do that, I'm going to go to apination.com and click on Start Syncing. You can see a ton of different apps you can automate here at API Nation. I'm going to scroll down till I get to O for OneSuite. There it is. Click on that. Once I click on that, it's going to show me all the apps specifically I can automate with OneSuite, including, if I scroll down to M, MOJO Dialer. So I'm going to click on that. If you're not familiar with MOJO Dialer, it's an automated dialing system. You can do a single line dialer, you can do a triple line dialer, which is where a lot of agents really like it. And you can just have this dialer dialing through on 3 different lines, serving people up to you so you can talk to them, qualify those prospects. It's a nice system. So here we go, MOJO into OneSuite is what we want. I'm going to activate that sync. The first part of setting up this sync is to sign into my API Nation account. If you don't have one, you can click here to create one, or you can sign in with your Google account, which is what I'm going to do. Next, we're going to connect both the apps. So here's MOJO Dialer. I have this button. It's going to take me out to MOJO where I'll just sign in, and that makes the connection. There we go. Similar thing with OneSuite. I have an account already connected here, so it's asking me if I want to connect that one again. Or if you don't have an account connected, you'll just hit this orange button that says connect. You're going to add a label, and that's just naming the connection here. So if it's just you and you only have this one OneSuite account you're connecting, you can just name it after yourself. You need your username from OneSuite, your user password from OneSuite, and your email address from OneSuite. So the credentials you use to sign into OneSuite, you're going to throw them in here and hit connect. Once you've connected both apps, now we're going to configure it a bit. It's asking you which group do you want to send from MOJO into OneSuite. So we set up that group specifically for that, called OneSuite. You can choose as many groups as you want. You can choose all groups if you'd like. We've just seen that it works best if we just choose one group, so I know exactly who's getting sent over into my CRM. I'm going to hit subscribe, and it's going to create the sync. Once I do that, there's a few more options here when I'm looking at it. You can see I can filter exactly who's coming over from MOJO. Using this group to trigger is a good enough filter. It sends who you want, exactly who you want. But if for some reason you want to filter out some other things, you can do that here. For example, if I want to filter for people who note contains OneSuite, I could. And then just maybe if I'm on the phone, I can type in their note, OneSuite, and then this sync will see it and say, all right, I'm going to add that person to OneSuite. So you can do stuff like that. You can do it by zip code. You can do it by phone number, additional notes. I'm going to clear it out. And also I'm going to come down here to mapping. So you can see we do most of this for you. Email, phone number, anything else you want to add. It's telling me I need first name and last name. So I'm going to add those. I think they're called, there we go, first name and last name. This looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. So there we go. MOJO is now syncing to OneSuite. Now if I'm in MOJO, I'm going through a calling list. I have a good call with Rain Smith, let's say, and I think, all right, I need to follow up with that one in my CRM. I'll just add them to my OneSuite group, and that's it. The sync will pick it up, add it to OneSuite. The sync fires about every 15 minutes or so. So within the next 15 minutes, I can hop into OneSuite and see all the information from that contact that's been added from MOJO into OneSuite. So there you go. That's how you sync MOJO Dialer to OneSuite. It's an awesome way to use these powerful tools together as one. It's going to allow you to dial through a bunch of prospects at 3 times the normal speed and get those qualified leads into OneSuite. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.